Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 860 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malta, and I am joined today in pretend low Earth orbit by the one and only Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
And the one and only Chris DeBona.
Hi.
Gentlemen, how are we doing on this lovely Tuesday?
Better than the Japanese runway.
Better than the Japanese runway. So this is our first story. Once again, my apologies to our podcast listeners. You should really check out the YouTube channel for all your likes and subscribes and posting comments. But what we have on screen right now is a picture of a Japanese runway, which had a bomb blow up, a World War II bomb that they buried.
Well, I'm glad it's a World War II bomb and not like a Meiji area or Edo era bomb, right? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense.
I don't know that they had that kind of technology.
No, they didn't. Except for in like Michael Mann retellings of Shogun, you know.
Except for the first Shogun, he probably had a bomb, but other than that, probably not.
It's true. I've been watching that show. It's good, man.
Yeah, somebody's saying.
Good.
I got that on my list.
Yeah.
I got like 3 things to work through. I still haven't finished The Bear.
Yeah.
But no, it's a weird picture. It's weird to me that like all around the world there are just bombs that we buried.
Yeah.
Like that's
well,
just
we didn't
thing.
bury them. We dropped them.
Well,
you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
but also,
you know,
like,
it's not like, oh, there were bombs.
Well, there
Where
are like
did those
fields
come
with
from?
landmines and.
You watch Anthony Bourdain's episode in Laos or Cambodia,
in Vietnam, yeah, it's like,
where it's just all the ordnance we drop that is unexploded everywhere. Is
right.
Yeah. What I liked about this story is it didn't like try to Boeing it up, you know, and say American World War II bomb explodes a Japanese airport, causing large crater and taxiway where Boeing planes fly. You know how they try to throw Boeing into everything aviation related.
Well, I mean, Boeing, you know, if you want to talk about failure, it's really easy to segue them in.
Segue? Is that a segue joke or a Boeing joke?
Just Boeing in general.
Well, if you think about it, Boeing was one of the main contractors during World War II making bombers. So, you know, I think you could cram Boeing into the story somehow. It might have been a
Boeing dropped bomb. Might have been.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate, but it's conceivable. People are saying.
Lots of people.
They also heard that that was Diddy's favorite aircraft. So, you know?
It was actually Epstein's aircraft being leased by Diddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was a Gulfstream, which is a Bombardier.
And it's really hard to drop. It's hard to drop a bomb from a Gulfstream. They don't have like the hatches.
Yeah.
Well, they have a cargo hatch. And I know a certain person who tried to skydive from it and got caught in the empennage of the plane. Almost died.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty terrible idea.
It's an insanely stupid idea. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to install an aftermarket like window roller, you know, to get the window down. So
No, you could, I mean, you know, they were low enough that they just opened it. You know.
Cool.
Not smart.
No.
Not smart.
We don't recommend this. Hey, how are you guys' oxygen levels?
I mean,
well, none of my spaceship. Oh, I'm in the wrong spaceship. One second. Let me fix that.
As good as it ever is.
Okay. Because there's an air leak in the Russian segment of the space station. Just down
luckily
the hall.
They didn't make the cupola where I'm hanging out.
No, you gotta seal that off. Apparently, this has been leaking since 2019, and it's been leaking only a pound a day. But like recently, now it's like 2 or 3 or 4 pounds a day. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to determine how heavy air is when you're outside. So
I mean, they're measuring it in pounds.
Like 4 pounds of air is a lot.
4 pounds would seem like a lot of air.
Yeah.
But I guess I would just, do you measure it like super compressed? I don't know how you.
But I mean, it has been leaking for the past 5 years, so
it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
That it tripled in volume. The leak tripled in size.
They need to bring up extra air each time now.
Yep, that's all right. They got to bring up extra chairs every time a Boeing flies up there. So yeah, that's a doozy. It's in the Russian module, and they're saying that if the leak gets too bad, they can just close that module off, and it'll be fine.
Sure.
Yep. So I don't know if you guys have been planning on docking with the space station anytime soon, but if you do, maybe tip them some oxygen. They need some O2.
Yeah.
So do you remember a few months ago, I shared with you guys a video about the Tetris speed running.
Yeah.
It was the summoning salt video on the world record for Tetris. And at the time, humans were getting like into like levels like 100s, and but they basically have to tap the controller like as fast as
absurdly fast.
It's like they have like these weird hand positions that they have to do just to tap the controller fast enough. Well, this fellow here, he was the first human.
We just lose Rob.
We did.
No.
Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he won't.
Hope so.
Well, I'll just wrap this story up, and if he comes back, he comes back. So he got to level 255 in Tetris. He's the first one. It wraps around to 0, and it starts over. Everything gets nice and slow again, and super chill and easy.
Super chill.
The one caveat with this story, which I thought was fun, is that apparently he plays with a modded version, which all the speedrunners apparently do. They have a modded version because there's a crash that occurs once you get to higher levels. That when certain combinations of pieces fall, the game just hard freezes.
Wow.
And so there's a hacked ROM that the competitive guys play on. They said that it's possible for you to play and to navigate around the crashes. Like it is humanly possible to do that. But nobody wants to do that because that's not fun. But he got all the way to level 256 and wrapped around. That guy, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's skip the LAPD one in case Rob shows back.
Yeah.
But did you see the LGR?
Yeah, that's a shame, man.
The tree through his house. The picture is devastating.
Man, that sucks. Now, I've got a lot of family who's currently evacuating Tampa right now. It's like, Jesus, this season is just brutal.
They were, I was reading this morning that they're having problems with the hurricane predictions because the Hurricane Prediction Center is in North Carolina, and apparently it's still messed up from the last hurricane. So that's fine. That's fine.
That's gone great.
Yep,
yeah, great, super great.
Well, there's Clint there. The thing that like he actually did some nice stuff. He was asking people to raise money for like other local response needs. The only thing about his whole deal is apparently a huge amount of his collection was in his basement.
Oh no!
And he has
gonna have to rebuild that stuff.
He's got a legit museum worth of like old weird hardware.
Yeah,
and that would be a real tragedy. I mean, in the list of so many real practical tragedies, that would be like a small tragedy, but still like.
No, it's a tragedy. It's okay. It's okay for there to be little tragedies dotted amongst the enormous ones.
Yeah, that's.
It sucks. It can just fucking suck.
It's not like a museum, but it's close to a museum.
And there's plenty of museums that are also absolutely effed.
For sure.
Like the Dolly Museum in St. Pete, I'm sure they didn't do great.
Yeah.
Maybe they got the art out in time. Maybe they protected it somehow. Maybe they wrapped the whole thing in bubble wrap. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my cousin, she is like the development person for the Tampa Theater. I have no idea how the Tampa Theater is going to come out of this without completely being socked.
It really makes me wonder when the insurance industry just gives up.
Well, they kind of already have. A lot of it is fallen back to the Florida state stuff, which is expensive and all the rest. And so a lot of people, they just don't get insurance once they pay off their mortgage. And they're just boned. Yeah. They're like, okay, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. I had a family member buy a house down there, and I was quite glad
why?
I was quite glad when they sold it. Because I was just like, that just seems like not really the best long-term strategy, especially when this was like, this is a retirement place for us. It's like, this is the worst place to retire. Where's a really good place to retire? Michigan.
Yeah, not low-lying, areas.
Yeah,
it's probably a good place.
Michigan doesn't tax like retirement income on old people.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So it's not a bad place to be old, so, assuming you can withstand
be old. Yeah.
Well, being old and also it being 0 degrees out for a few months.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone loves that, admittedly, but it's like all of life is a trade-off.
That's true.
That's all.
That's true. So hey, look who's back.
Hey,
ta-da. Welcome back, Rob. We're let's jump back to the story that I knew you would want to talk about, which is the LAPD raid and the MRI machine.
That was so funny.
Yeah,
good God, that was funny.
This happened a couple of weeks ago, but the story you read it's just so freaking ridiculous.
It's so funny.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
I think that those signs that they post that say no metal, that's just a suggestion,
well,
right?
But
that's a liberal suggestion.
From what I remember was that this was a drug front. So they were going to bust a drug lab.
Yeah, pot raid. They thought it was a pot lab because of their energy use. And it's like, really?
Oh, that's what it was.
It was a grow farm?
So they think they're growing weed. They go in there, see signs, don't come in here with metal. They do. What do you know? There's an MRI machine. But instead of seeing the MRI machine and saying, whoa, we fucked up, they go in and the guy's gun got stuck to it.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, what cracks me up is they didn't do the full LAPD and say, well, the MRI machine was coming for me. I felt unsafe. So and they didn't unload a clip into the MRI machine, which was, showed really remarkable restraint for the LAPD,
Good for them.
Just saying.
Good for them.
Like they have a new slogan, and it's let me see if I can find it. Here it is. It's magnets. How do they work?
How do they work?
Not to protect and serve, because they haven't done that for a while. But yeah.
No. That's a wild one. I didn't realize that it was that they thought it was a grow farm. That's another thing that's just like
it's just, and also pot's legal, right? In California, and I'm sure they're like, well, they have more than 10 plants there in that MRI. Look at all the energy they're using.
Bringing a gun into
who uses that much energy in Los Angeles? Drug dealers.
Drug dealers.
Yeah,
it's always the drug dealers.
Like, what are you doing?
And the worst part of you thought it was weed. Like, I'm sorry, but it's weed. It's not
weed.
What are they doing? Tax evasion? You shooting people over that now? Well,
so the uncharitable version of this is the reason they were raiding something they thought was a pot operation was because they have a lot of cash. And maybe the cash would just, go
disappear.
Yeah, because I think California pot shops still can't use anything but state banks, and they have to use cash because they can't take credit cards and stuff.
I don't know what the rules are with that stuff. But I know it's all messed up because like the dispensaries won't take regular, like when you buy something from a dispensary. I have a family member who actually has a medical card, and even with a medical card, buying it would not show up with the name of the store. It would show up, and then they would get notifications from their credit card company, like, we think your credit card has been stolen. It's like, no, dude, I'm buying prescriptions. Not cool, man. Let's see. We've got the paralyzed man with the dead battery for his legs.
This is something straight out of like Cory Doctorow's Fever Dreams,
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Where'd it go? There it is.
That one makes me angry.
Oof.
Yeah, so he's a jockey.
They refused to fix the battery issue.
Yeah. It's battery, man. Fix the battery. He's been using it to the exoskeleton to walk for 10 years.
Wow.
I mean, I get a little grumpy because like I have an old MacBook that only has like 20 minutes of charge, but that seems okay because I can just go to the Apple store and, buy another MacBook. Can't
Wow.
I imagine getting exoskeleton legs isn't exactly like going to the Apple store.
Well, likely not, We have no way of knowing for sure. But yeah, what is it? The name of the company is Rewalk? Is that what it is?
Put them on the list, the jerk list.
Well, it's funny because when you think about, Rewalk, yeah. Let me find if I can find them. Okay, Rewalk. Because the way you sell this sort of product is you don't actually just sell it. You sell it like yearly, you sell it monthly, because you're going to have to maintain it while they're alive, So.
This makes me sad. Yeah. And I'm sure that the economics for this company are bad. No,
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be bad. I mean, especially if you do it right. I mean, I hate to say it, you end up being a front end on a bunch of, Medicare and VA guys, and you just serve them well. But the problem is, it's not like selling 15 copies of some piece of software. I mean, you have to actually maintain them. You have to have people nearby to maintain them, or figure out how you're going to maintain them remotely. I mean, it's not an easy business, but it can be actually quite profitable.
To their credit, they did better than Disney. As soon as the story hit the social media, they fixed it.
Oh, well. That's good.
They're like, gosh, there must have been a miscommunication. So
nice. All right, the next one that we have on the list. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. But
I'm aware of some things.
We are not actively spraying chemicals on Canada as a military.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Who is Danielle Smith, and why does? Oh, she's an Alberta premier. Okay,
she's Canadian.
She believes in chemtrails. Huh?
So this is like the equivalent of a governor.
Her people say that she doesn't know. She was just reporting what she had heard. So, all good.
Good God.
Right. That's cool.
Albertas don't need this. Albertans? Alberts?
I bet they're decent folk.
They're good people,
Most Canadians I've met have been decent people, except for that one guy.
They don't need this gal in charge.
Poor Rob.
Which guy?
I don't know. Just picking
the one with the drugs, the Rob Ford or whatever.
No, I there was no actual person. I just was saying that one guy as a humorous statement.
You were being funny.
Sorry.
No. It's good. It doesn't hurt to point out.
Nothing's better for comedy than saying that was a joke.
Yeah, I mean that's good comedy, right?
Yeah, that's the basis of good comedy. Well, I'm not sure if Rob's gonna stay stable for the next couple, but we should definitely mention the beer can artwork. That one I did. So the story is that there was a museum that was in the Netherlands, and the housekeeping staff threw away a sculpture because it looked like beer cans. But apparently they were like carefully hand painted in acrylics and everything. Like it's not like, because I was gonna just say I have like 4 garbage bags full of art in my garage right now. Just waiting for like the swim team to do a fundraiser, and they could have those. They could throw those away. That'd be cool. The Michigan 10-cent refund is a weird thing, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to tell you, I don't mind good art.
Oh, I
like art.
You're pro art?
I'm pro art.
Controversial hot take from Chris.
In fact, my laptop is a pro art branded laptop. I mean, that's how much I like pro art.
You like art?
Yeah. This is just 2 cans. Sorry.
I mean, maybe the context mattered.
Yeah. Like it just sitting there.
I know what I hope happened. It was thrown away by a mechanic at a Dutch museum. I hope the mechanic's just like a salt of the earth guy there with his girlfriend checking out the art. And he's like, oh, I wonder if there's any beer left in there. So he grabs it. Nah, nothing left. So he throws it away like a good Dutchman. He's like, well, I don't want to litter, you know?
They just said that the article says that it was clearly hand painted.
Well, you know, we say that, but suppose you're a half-drunk mechanic just walking around with your girlfriend at some art museum, right? You know, if they really were committed to this art, it would have like a little bit of beer in it.
Oh,
and like one of them would be like in the shape of a marijuana pipe, you know, where they poke holes in it, and you know, like it's an improvised bong or an ashtray, you know. It's like, but they didn't want to go all the way because it was art.
Then the LAPD would come and shoot them.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, they felt unsafe.
Oh, poor Rob.
No, we lost Rob.
He is not having a good technology day.
Yeah, I think that today is not the day.
Yep.
For us.
All right,
we can blame Elon Musk, you know.
We should blame. Let's put up the picture of Elon Musk jumping.
Oh my God.
Just so we can
go out.
Just so we can go out. Well, we mock Elno most episodes.
Oh, so there's a audiobook and book too called Character Limit that is about the sort of growth of Twitter and Elon's acquisition of it.
Oh, the bot stuff.
Boy, is it good. It is astonishingly good. Yeah.
I read a pretty embarrassing list of statistics on his follower count. All right.
Just give me a sec. You guys talk.
Well, we're going to say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody's technology is screwing up today. Goodbye, Chris DeBona. Goodbye, Rob Roseboom. That was episode 860 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and wow, chaos. Miss you. Bye.